coming out on our first virtual whale watch, ladies and gentlemen. I know we did an announcement. This is more like a test run, if you will. I'm Captain Jeff. Also on board today, we have First Mate Leanne, Lillian, and Jeffrey as your crew. We are currently cruising Cape May Harbor, heading out towards Cape May Inlet, and we're going to see what we can find for you all today. So sit back, relax. I know it's been a little daunting these last couple of weeks here, ladies and gentlemen. And trust me, it's been the same for us. Some of you are probably among the unemployed, like myself. Others of you are essential workers and have to be out in this thing. And for all of you, for all of us, that's why we're doing this. We want to get out. We want to see what's out there. We're curious. We know you are. And hey, what else are we doing? So I'm going to head out Cape May Harbor here. And hang on. There's the harbor. Just left Spicer Creek, came under the canal bridge. And we are currently on Cape May Harbor. Henry Hudson, searching for a new route to China, discovered Cape May back in the year 1609. However, this wasn't until the 1620s when Captain Cornelius Jobson May gave it the name Cape May. The Lenai Lenape, the Ketchumi, and the Tucko Indians, they had already settled here. Farming and land ownership were the area's earliest economic foundations. A whaling settlement that had been established in the 1670s had largely died out by the 1700s. As early as 1766, Cape May was advertising as a seaside summer resort. Its popularity peaked in the 1800s when it became known as the Queen of the Seaside Summer Resorts. Tourism and fishing have remained Cape May's major economies ever since. And we got an osprey hanging out on day marker 14 here. All the osprey have returned so far for the year, several in the creek. Slow down a little bit. Coming up on Route Cape May Coast Guard Base and Training Center. The only training center for the Coast Guard in the U.S. So if somebody you know joins up with the Coast Guard from anywhere in the U.S., they're going to be coming here to Cape May, New Jersey for their 8 weeks of basic training. nasty weather come through yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Got a beautiful day today. I think we still have some swell in the ocean, so I don't know how much we're going to get to see. It's a short trip. They all are these days. Three largest vessels on the end of the wharf here, the Roland Fritz, the Lawrence Lawson, and the Angela McShann. They're 155-foot medium endurance offshore Coast Guard cutters. They're part of a brand new class of cutter here in the United States Coast Guard. Capable of speeds up to 28 knots, used for search and rescue and fisheries management. On the harbor. It's going to be cooler out on the ocean, but it's pretty warm in here, 55, almost 60. Like to look for here in Cape May Harbor this time of year are seals, ladies and gentlemen. A couple of osprey, Navonker 7 there. If you look closely, kind of in the shadows. We've had an influx of different types of seals this year, which is kind of interesting. Instead of just your normal harbor seals or gray seals, this year we had a couple of harp seals. I don't know if you know anything about harp seals. They don't belong here. They are a rarity for us, and I know of at least 2 or 3 different reports on the Jersey Shore. For more about them and the other types of seals that have been around this winter and spring here, you can check out the Marine Mammal Stranding Center up in Brigantine. Yes, you are on a whale watch from your living room. I posted a couple of videos that I'm couch whale watching. I'm going back through old videos. Anytime I got the weather, I would like to bring you all out here. For the remainder of this, folks, think of me as your quarantine captain. Now passing Sewell's Point on your right here. Now this is named Sewell's Point back in 1868 when William J. Sewell built his fish house restaurant here. actually had a horse-drawn trolley line that connected Sewell's Point, downtown Cape May. Hold on, folks. A little awake from that Viking that passed us. Off to your left, you've got the 2-mile bridge. This bridge connects Cape May with Wildwood Crest via Ocean Drive, and it's $1.50 to go over. Constructed between the years 1900 and 1908. The 2 long rock jetties extend out to the ocean about 4,600 feet, almost 3/4 of a mile, making it one of the safest inlets on the East Coast. You might want to be holding on. However, if you're in your living room, you probably don't have to. We're officially on Marine Mammal Search. The way we like to start off our whale and dolphin watch is by looking for bottlenose dolphins first. They can grow to be 7 to 10 feet in length, weigh up to 700 pounds. They are gray in color, and they are marine mammals. They have to surface to breathe air. Breathe air like we do. And we have them right here, right at the mouth of the inlet. Happy National Dolphin Day, ladies and gentlemen. Just had them go down in front of us here. Wait to see where they come back up. We've got the boat out of gear here. Not the usual boat they're used to. This is our personal boat, the Water Lily. Let's see where they pop back up here. I had more than one pod come up. We have an outgoing tide here at Cape May Inlet. To our east here and up the beach, got the island of Wildwood. First up's Diamond Beach, and Wildwood Crest, Wildwood, and North Wildwood. We've got some dolphins right off the tip of the rock pile behind us here, feeding along the rocks. Still waiting for this first pod to come up closer here. Look around. Couple groups. Hey, Jeff. Back behind us, right off the rock pile. Turn us around here. Definitely a group there. There's another group. They're surfacing in the sun off to our starboard side, our right side here, around 3 o'clock. Starting to pop right side. Let's see if we can zoom in here for you. Yep, on the surface, right side. 2 o'clock now. Take it back out of here. See what we can see. Right side coming to you. Give him a chance, ladies and gentlemen. Rule number 1 of whale and dolphin watching. Whatever goes down's got to come up. Right side. Back up. There's Flipper. Keep your eyes peeled for calves, ladies and gentlemen. Cape May County is the northernmost calving grounds for bottlenose dolphins. What are you looking for? What's a calf? Calves are baby dolphins. So you're looking for a baby dolphin swimming right tight to mama's side. They're usually around 18 to 24 inches in length. They can be darker in coloration than the rest of the dolphins. If they were born in the last 24 hours, they'll actually be jet black in coloration. Have small folds or creases in their sides called field folds. You got an osprey just dove in there. You can see some of the fish that the dolphins are chasing here. Got 2 osprey, another one in flight, thinking about it here. Going after the same thing the dolphins are here. The osprey missed. And a 3rd osprey coming in here. So. Nice pod. Back behind us, right side here, around 4 to 5 o'clock. What a pretty day, folks. I wish you all were here. And you will be soon enough. We're all going to get through this storm together. In the meantime, we have the Dolphins. We are fortunate enough to have this link, wonderful internet, so that we can all still be connected while being apart. Moving off to the other side of the inlet here, chasing fish. They eat around 10 to 15 pounds of fish every day. They are expert fishermen. They don't miss a trick. They live and hunt and work within a cooperative community. They utilize cooperative hunting techniques to gather their fish. Now, as I mentioned on the way out here, folks, we have an outgoing tide, and I had a hunch that it would be a quick trip here, because on the outgoing tide, with it, you have all kinds of nutrients, and then all kinds of little fish and bigger fish that all come out on the outgoing tide. The Dolphins, they really haven't moved too far here. They're kind of just hanging in the tide, letting the tide bring the fish to them. It's kind of like takeout. We pretty much all know what takeout is at this point. See if I can loop us around here. Sorry for the shakiness here, folks. Bring the stabilizer next trip out. It's really amazing what a beautiful day it is today compared to yesterday. Yesterday we had sustained winds around 30 to 35 mile per hour. I heard of one recorded gust up to 87 mile per hour, and it was a weird direction. That's why you may have seen on Facebook and some of the other social media outlets a lot of different damage, some roofs blown off, trees down and stuff like that here in Cape May. Well, it normally doesn't blow that kind of strength out of the south. Normally around here we're a northeast direction. We get a lot of strong wind, northwest and easterlies. Some south. Closer to this group coming up port side here, left side. So as usual, folks, we don't want to do anything to disturb the Dolphins out here. We're here to observe, not harass. We are members of a program called Whale Sense. Whale Sense is a cooperative program set up between whale watching companies, the Whale and Dolphin Conservation Society, and the National Marine Fisheries. The sense of Whale Sense stands for that we stick to and abide by the Northeast, well, now the Atlantic region guidelines for whale and dolphin watching. We educate naturalist passengers and captains to have whale sense. We notify appropriate networks of right whale sightings, entangled whales, dead whales, and other whale issues. We We set an example on the water as a responsible whale watcher at all times. And we encourage ocean stewardship and conservation. A couple different pods here starting to work up the beach here in Wildwood. We've got a couple of fish traps between us and the rocks here. They were a little more active when we first got here. For more about WhaleSense and other WhaleSense accredited organizations, whale watching companies, check out whalesense.org. I've had a couple different posts recently about WhaleSense, mostly because there's a naturalist workshop that I go to every year, or as often as possible. It happens up in Provincetown, the Center for Coastal Studies. As you can imagine, like so many other things, it's canceled this year. But we're still going to have a virtual workshop this Saturday. So we still get all the information. Maybe not so much of the camaraderie and getting to meet up with everybody and a break from the action here, but I think we're all about done having breaks. We're ready for the action to begin. Anybody in this industry, in a lot of ways, it's not nearly as important as some of the other industries that happen on a daily basis, 365 days of the year, and yet it's still how I raise my family and employ my employees, so it's very important to me. Nice group, left side up ahead here, starting to work up the beach. Have you ever thought about how a dolphin sleeps? I bet you haven't. It's pretty important though. Think about it like this, if you will. Dolphins, they are marine mammals. They've got a surface to breathe air. They breathe air like we do. Well, you can't lay down on the ocean floor and take a nap, right? Neither can we. Now, I failed to mention already that dolphins are members of the order Cetacea. The term cetacean refers to a group of over 80 different marine mammals. I believe it's 90 different marine mammals now, which are broken up into two suborders, toothed whales and baleen whales. Bottlenose dolphins, they are toothed whales. Grouped in with other toothed whales, that includes other dolphins, porpoise, orcas, pilot whales, all toothed whales. The larger whales that you think of when you think of the term whale, for instance, like a humpback whale or fin whale, blue whale, those are baleen whales. They don't have any teeth. So for a long time, when it came to dolphins sleeping, scientists suspected that they sleep similar to how they had observed humpback whales, quote unquote, sleeping. Coming up port side here. Observers, researchers had studied humpback whales and witnessed them doing something called logging, where they lay on the surface, float along. Every now and then, their backs up so that their blowhole can take a breath of fresh air. Humpback whales do that because they have a lot of blubber. Blubber's a fatty tissue. We all know fat floats. Left side, right next to us here. Nice group. Dolphins, on the other hand, they're more muscle tissue. Dolphins are more dense than water. If they stop swimming, they'd actually sink and drown. Hard to believe for one of nature's best swimmers. Puzzled scientists, too, until finally a Russian scientist had two dolphins in captivity, hooked them up to a brainwave machine, solved the mystery. Discovered dolphins have the ability to isolate either hemisphere of their brain throughout the day. So throughout one part of the day, the dolphins are swimming and operating on the left hemisphere of their brain only, while the right hemisphere is turned off or taking a nap. Throughout another part of the day, they're swimming on the right hemisphere of their brain only, and the left hemisphere is turned off or sleeping. And throughout more rigorous activities like feeding or mating,
Dolphins are operating on both left and right hemispheres of the brain at the same time. Unlike man, we all know when it comes to mating, man's going to be operating on no hemispheres of the brain. Which brings up another interesting topic with dolphins.
How about their mating behavior? Did you know that dolphins are some
The most sexually active creatures on the planet.
unlike other animals that only mate
When the females have heat, the dolphins, they mate 365 days of the year.
They mate for fun and recreation. Some male dolphins, believe it or not, they've been known to mate
5 to 7 times
per day. You gotta love those dolphins. Puts a whole new spin on that
theory about coming back as a bird of the next life.
Got a group close to us swimming
Towards us here, we're again out of gear, hanging out.
the other group, split off.
Looks like they're going back to the inlet to feed.
We're not gonna hang out too long.
Long here.
The dolphins have had
Very little noise in the ocean lately. We don't want to do anything to change that up on them.
back off. Nice group, right side here though. I had mentioned before it's National
Dolphin Day. Looked around at a couple of the different Facebook pages. If you want more information about dolphins, you can check out the Whale and Dolphin Conservation Society. They were doing a nice presentation today live. I'm sure it'll be posted to their page, looking at the differences between dolphins, the different species. Lots of good information on their website. Another website that's been doing a lot of live posts lately, the Center for Coastal Studies up in Provincetown. They're doing an excellent job every day throughout this quarantine.
So if you're looking for more
Information, just looking for something different to watch other than what's that thing on Netflix, Tiger King? Check it out. You could learn something.
a couple doing a little surfing up
Ahead of us here.
Beautiful day on the beach, folks.
Lots of space too.
Now, I know my viewers. You're all doing what you're supposed to be doing, and we are all helping each other by doing it. And nobody's happy about it. But folks, it's serious. Pay attention to everything that the CDC's putting out there, everything that your health department's putting out there, everything that our government officials are doing. It's not a hoax, it's a real thing.
Lives are at stake.
The dolphins will be here when
When it's over. The whales will be here when it's over. I had a good whale report, folks. I don't think we're going to get offshore today. I'm going to cut this video off before we do, if we're going to here. I'm going to see if the kids are up for it. Like everybody else, I'm working from home too. This is my home.
beautiful group of dolphins. Several osprey overhead here. Bring us around for one more loop through here, folks.
really happy I was able to get you all out here today. Got a group of gannets actually working offshore here. Just had a pod pop next to us here, so we took it out of gear, let them pass by. But that's a big group of gannets out there by the bell buoy. I think we got to check that out. I did drag you out here after all. It's probably more dolphins. I can see more dolphins back in the inlet now. A couple coming back out of the inlet already. Trust me, folks, it makes my day to be out here. I mentioned earlier about all the different projects we've got going on, and we've got a lot of projects going on. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen. We are cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. We've got some other surprises for you on the boats this year. Some new ways to communicate with you. We've spent a lot of time in the boatyard and the shipyard at Yank Marine this year. Yank Marine has been very, very good to us, taking care of the hulls of the boats, the mechanicals. More dolphins right side. We'll bump it up to this group of gannets offshore of us here if they stay within range. Yahoo and this giant-sized Viking coming back out here full steam. Gorgeous day though, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect day to do this. There's those gannets out on a port here. I don't know if you can make it out. With the live videos, they cut down on our quality a lot. Gannets like that could have stripers out here. Usually gannets like that, we've got a whale in the area. Let this sailboat go by and we'll swing behind them and check it out. got another pod of dolphins offshore here, right where the gannets were working. Still got some more gannets back behind us too. Keep your eyes peeled, folks. It's the right conditions. Could have something bigger near shore. We had a great April last year. We literally had one of our best trips in April last year with up to 10 whales in one trip, 5 whales real tight to the beach, 3 of them right at the inlet. So it's that same time of year here, folks. And with little boat traffic out here and lots of fish in the water, anything's possible. Up to them here and not really gaining. There's a group out on the port side here. Seems like the more active group. The gannets are up, hovering over them, starting to dive, or at least think about it. Kind of predict where the pod's going to pop up next with where the gannets fly to. Some of the gannets diving in. Working up to this pod, port side up ahead here. You got the gannets up in the air, group of dolphins on the surface, definitely hurting some fish here. We're just about out of time here, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to us left side. Told you an awful lot of information about dolphins in a short period of time today. If you can remember one thing out of it all, please remember this. Where are we? Well, where are we all right now? We're at home if we're supposed to be, where we're supposed to be, folks. Dolphins, they're out here in their home, in the ocean. Dolphins like this, they can live 45 to 50 years out here. Now, the dolphins you see out in captivity, like in a marine mammal park show, they're not so lucky. Typically, for every 1 dolphin you see out in captivity, there's been 3 dolphins captured. First 2 die in the first 90 days of capture. Last one, lucky dolphin, you get to see in a show. They only live to the ripe old age of around 5. That's it. So what are we getting at, gang? Doesn't matter whether you're on this virtual whale watch or somebody else's. What really matters is the big picture, the well-being of the dolphins. This is where they belong, living out their lives the way the Creator intended them to live. Not swimming around a little concrete tank in endless circles where they go blind from swimming in chlorinated water, die off from other eye-related diseases. No way, gang. Dolphins belong right out here. And again, you all belong at home. Stay there until they say it's okay to come out, and then come whale watching with us. Remember, folks, we're in the same location we have been for 26 years, 1218 Wilson Drive at the Miss Chris Marina. We haven't moved. Our competitors have moved, and they keep moving, but we don't move. We're in the same place, and we will be there as long as I'm around. Beautiful pod of dolphins. These guys are really moving around a lot. It's tough to focus in on one group here. Again, it's kind of dissipated a little bit. And probably, there's some forming up back by the bell buoy. Can't quite make it out from here. Got a nice view of Cape May while we're out here. It's all still here, gang. Waiting for you. All right, folks. We miss you all, and we can't wait till you can come back down. Meantime, stay tuned to our pages. Check out our YouTube page. We're trying to get our subscriber count up. And be safe, stay healthy, and we'll all get through this storm together. I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of the crew of the Cape May Whale Watcher, myself, and the whole Stewart family to thank all of you for cruising and searching with us today.